Give me that blue cord over there, brother, please. So you get this cleaned up.
You want it on the air pump?
Please. How's everyone doing? Backstage yet? Dutchy, what's up, brother? First one in the house. We're getting set up here. Gotta grab a couple more items. Right back. We got some awesome crystal going. David, how's it going, brother? Got a few more items I gotta grab real quick. Robinson Prospecting in the house. Good to see you guys. Roadhog. Yeah, see you there. I don't know if I need this one, but I will need this. Some distilled water. It's about 40 right now. It's a little chilly breeze. Not too bad. Try to clear this out some. It's a little dirty.
What do we want for the silver to put in? A mason jar.
Yeah, hopefully it's big enough.
Might need another one.
Can you grab me some paper towels, brother, please? Still some gold in here. Don't want any contamination in our silver. Almost ready, y'all. Yeah. that guy. All right, cut this out. Just
Whoa,
dry it up.
Oh, this.
Yeah, just clean her out so we don't have any contamination on them. Scissors aren't the best. Is there anyone backstage trying to get in?
How do you tell that?
Bottom of the screen there, you'll see them.
Would it just be like a person icon there?
Yep.
There's like a little blue one there.
No, that's just us right here. There's someone down there.
These
Mona, how's it going? What else we got in here? Paul Abrams, how's it going? David Maynard. Mona in the house. Cutting up this filter real quick. Kind of chilly, not too bad. A lot of overcast.
Still a little bit of gold in there.
Yeah, it's stuck inside that.
What kind of rock is that? I can't remember what they call that.
It works again. Nitric never hurt nobody.
It's good for you.
Good for you. Cleans the pores. Trying to get that filter paper good and flat in there in the bottom. It has a filter, but it's contaminated with gold and silver. So I try to keep that filter in there. That's why it's all dark on the bottom. If you can see that. What that is on there. Oh yeah. This guy over here.
How do you put your link up, brother?
What's that?
How do I put up your link?
Oh, it's already here.
David Maynard said it's not up.
My link.
Yeah, your link.
Huh. For what?
For the stream, maybe? I don't know. For your channel? Not sure.
It should be in the live. I don't know. What do you don't get it, sir? Alright. We can get a close up of this one. I'll bring that in a little closer. Guys, look at this. Can you see that on camera? Actually, you should probably clean that off. Me.
You hit it with the distilled without blasting it off.
Yeah, I'll be right back. You can show that copper piece if it can show up on the camera. Pull it out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it
Easy. Don't drip it.
it kind of shows up. There's all silver on that. What's left of that copper bar? Mostly ate the copper pipe. So it's not really reacting right now. That's not why we're not really needing the masks.
Yeah.
It's not putting off the fumes right now. Jacko's asking that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got them sitting here, though. But we'll be all right. This is just so cool. Now, this is 9999. 99999. These are 9 crystals.
It's so silver. 406
Can you see
Niner.
that?
Welcome to the stream.
Can you see that on screen
Yeah, you
good?
can see it pretty good.
So that's the nicer side. I'll try to flake those crystals off later.
That is so pretty.
I'll wash it off. Wash all that nitric acid off it, which is copper nitrate right now. And I'll precipitate the copper out later. But look at that. Man, that's gorgeous stuff.
VT Redneck in the house.
BT Redneck, how's it going, brother? Let me go check, make sure there's
copper
any.
nitrate.
Oh, that's cleaning out nice. I gotta save that distilled though. Alright. See if anyone's joining us. Sorry guys. There's no one back there right now. Yes, it's solid copper, David. I had a copper pipe, so I put a 3-foot piece of copper pipe in there as well, and it devoured 90% of it. And that bar was a little over 10 ounces. So we'll get a weight on that too, and make sure we have all the copper out of solution. I should do a stainless test. Real quick, see if there's any more copper in solution. Let me go get some other acid real quick.
Rock Butcher says stainless test for silver. I'm confused.
Yeah, acid test.
Acid test.
See if there's still silver in solution.
Bring it back a little farther. Yeah, there you go.
It's just muriatic and nitric acid. It reacts with the silver. So I think we're good to go.
Nothing but copper in there.
There's still some copper pipe in here too. I'll go this way.
Mona's saying she thinks you have to drop the StreamYard link to get somebody backstage.
Oh, I sent it to the group chat. Let me do that real quick. That's what he was saying. So without a mouse, how do I paste? Rohan,
What do you mean?
I copied. Now how do I open it up?
It's like a left click right here.
It is down here? No.
It should be. Or maybe you just hold the trackpad, like touch and click. I'm not sure. I haven't used MacBook in a while.
Oh. Can you? I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
Got it.
Hold on, Bubba.
I got it.
Oh, you figured it out?
Yeah.
Did they say it?
It's Control V for paste.
Oh. Technical difficulties, guys. Let me see. Invite.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out today.
Copy.
Birds are definitely out singing. Happy that it's not cold and snowy today.
Heck yeah. There we go. There we go, guys. Sorry. Ran to grab a mouse. It finally copied it.
Slow connection or something.
Yeah, maybe just slow connection.
Alright, so if somebody hops in here, how do I add them in?
You'll see in there, you click on it, it'll say add the stream.
Word.
And then it'll add them. And then you can choose the layout, see down here? And choose that one there. It will come in while I'm over there.
Word.
Want some gloves just in case. When's it gonna warm up the rest of the way today? It's gorgeous, but it's a little chilly.
It said this afternoon it's actually supposed to get more cloudy.
Heck yeah, Mona. I got you. Oh, pin it. Good idea. I got you. Can I pin it over here on the computer? Right on. Roadhog, thanks for that. Great idea. I'm not in YouTube, so I can't give you guys wrenches right now. So I'll get you Tuesday. I'll be in on the inside computer. And I'll be running YouTube as well. Oh, look, here we go. Bam. Rock Butcher in the house.
Hey, dude.
How's it going, brother?
Good, man.
This.
Best way to tell if you still got silver in solution is to put more copper into it.
Oh, there's that copper bar's been in there, and there's this copper pipe that's still in the bottom. It didn't.
Well,
it
copper's
didn't.
still existing, then you don't have any more silver in solution.
Yeah. A little bit in there.
Better
Shouldn't
safe
be.
though.
Oh yeah.
The silver shouldn't be in solution if the copper's still.
Right.
It might slow down. I mean, you might have 0.1 gram of silver in solution in that whole half gallon. It's
Right.
not worth your time and effort.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of pipe in there. Anxious to see.
Yeah, the reaction will slow way down. Hi, Roadhog. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I don't want to throw that iron in there right now.
I'm a geochemist, Roadhog, so I'm here to try to keep this lab between the fence posts.
He's trying. Gorgeous, man. The sun's trying to come out. You check this out.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty. The crystals. You know what that tells me when you get way too many crystals growing on the copper itself, is that your silver nitrate solution was not dilute enough, and so it does. What's the scientific word for it? I can't remember off the top of my head. It plates so aggressively that
It's so thick. There's
it
so
actually stops. It actually stops the precipitation progress or the exchange process from happening. So typically, you want to take your nitric. Did you dilute it 50-50 before you did this?
Yep.
Yeah.
We started with 1,500 ml of water,
Uh-huh.
and we did 500 ml of nitric, and then we added about another 500 milliliter of nitric, and then maybe another 250.
Yeah, so you're close to 50-50.
Yeah, it was about 250.
Yeah.
But it was just so much. It was 40 ounces in solution.
Yeah.
I might have just had not enough solution, you know.
It doesn't hurt if you add more dilute, or it doesn't hurt if you add a little bit more water to it.
Yep.
Oh, what the hell's the name of the word? But yeah, because it can plate out, and that will mean that you still have silver left in solution, because it simply can't interact with the copper that's in there. The other way to get around that would be to put a couple more pieces of copper pipe in, and that'll pull it out. But
Yeah.
that's beautiful stuff on that.
Maybe get this filtered out, and it's that carbon oxidization, maybe. Paul Abrams said. But yeah, no, there's some copper pipe in there left. But maybe after I filter all this out.
No, it's not carbon oxidization, Paula. What it is
precipitate.
Certain metals would rather be in solution when given the option. Certain metals would rather be in solution than would be in solid form.
You gotta look.
So when you're dealing with a nitric acid bath,
watching that silver swish around, so cool.
That's got silver, in solution inside of it. Imagine you got a cup of coffee and you put like a spoonful of sugar in it and you swirl your sugar around, okay, well, imagine that sugar is the silver. If you stick a piece of copper in there, the copper is more energetic than the silver. And so the copper wants to go into solution. And when the copper jumps into solution, the silver is happy to cement out on the remaining copper that's in, the solid piece. And so that's why the copper or the silver solidifies out, precipitates out, cements out.
Yeah. I'm gonna rinse this out.
It's got nothing to do with carbon.
Alcohol.
It's the electric. It's how energetic the individual atoms are based on their the covalence. I'm trying to say this in a way that you can kind of get it, but yeah, it's got to do with how energetic there's a list of metals from the most active to the least active, and silver is more active than copper is. So, sorry, the other way around. Copper is more active than silver is. So copper will go into solution and the silver will settle out. I'm looking forward to seeing all this cement silver he's got at the bottom of that jug.
Rush hour in Gouldsburg.
Looks like your filter's plugged right up.
I see it on the.
You got a pile of silver in the bottom of that jar, though. Holy moly.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah. You got a vacuum on that?
A little vacuum pump right here.
Okay.
I think Nick was just rinsing out that other beaker really quick.
I think filtering that solution, you're going to spend an awful lot of time trying to get yourself about $5 worth of silver.
We're just filtering it out so any of the like clouded silver in the solution, we catch it in the filter.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think if you're into gathering all of it, then that's cool.
And then we can distill water and wash it out too.
I think
we're gonna take this solution and precipitate the copper out with iron. I wonder if there's any copper left in that. That's all silver. That copper pipe completely turned into silver.
I think that you're looking at your nitrate wasn't dilute enough. Add some more distilled water to it next time.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, a whole copper pipe just turned into.
Yeah, if it's solid silver like that, it's not enough dilute, or it's not dilute enough. So,
I think it turned out pretty cool.
I would, if you want to be really keen about it. I mean, if you're this keen on, filtering off a couple of bucks worth of silver, you might want to save that solution, stick another liter of water into it, and stick some more copper in it, and you'll probably get another ounce of silver out of it.
We started with 40 ounces, so we'll be able to tell here soon,
Yep. Yes, you will.
And I'm going to get every bit out of it for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely save that liquid. Don't go throwing iron in it right away.
Right.
I would save that liquid dilute it down again with, put another 500 mils or even a liter of water in it, and stick the copper in it and let it sit for a couple of days. Because I'll bet you get a bunch more silver out of it.
Yeah, maybe I'll take the wire off. And
I don't like using wire, and you know why?
Huh.
Because it'll eat that wire down so fine that when you go to melt the silver down, there's little bits of copper in there that are so fine that you don't see them.
Yeah, that won't be good. I have some more copper bars inside. I'll go drill
bars or pipes, copper pipe, like get old copper pipe from an old house or something like that. Demolition job. Sorry. And that's the best way to do that. The problem with wire is you get so much, like you coil it all up and you put it in there, and it's almost impossible to strain out those fine little pieces of wire.
Yeah, you don't want the contamination.
No.
Agreed.
Bacchus is asking, how is it determined how much gold is in a sample? Is there a formula? Bacchus, I could do an entire hour-long presentation on how that's done. But to sum it up in 5 minutes or less, you take a sample, you pulverize it, you mix it with a bunch of flux, you smelt it, you pour it into a button, which you've also put a certain amount of silver in, which you know exactly how much silver you put in, precisely to 3 decimal places. You put in a bunch of lead, and then you Coupel that.
We're not using a Coupel.
No. Bacchus is asking me about how much gold is in a sample. You Coupel that in an oven, which is where you drive off the base metal oxides, and you're left with a single tiny little prill. Now you know how much silver you added, so you know, then you take that prill and you can either weigh it, and you know how much you added, so therefore the difference in weight is the difference in gold plus whatever silver is in the sample. That'll give you an idea. Or you can then smash that little prill up, redigest it with nitric acid to get the silver off. So all that's left is gold. Transfer that into aqua regia, and then hit it with inductively coupled plasma, turn it into an ICP multispectral thing where you zap an enormous amount of energy through it, and you watch which wavelengths of light come off, and there's special cameras that will pick up how much, and that will tell you how much gold is in that sample. And then based on the weight of that sample, you can then back calculate how many grams per ton is in that sample. And that's the short version. If you're really interested in learning about that, Bacchus, I would suggest you go down to your local assay lab and ask if you can have a tour. And from my experience, assay labs are really, really happy to bring people in and show them how they do stuff, because they want to show everybody how clean their lab is and how exact they are. And let me tell you, brother, you have to, when you're dealing with chemistry, you have to be exactly clean every single time. You can have no contamination. So they'll give you a tour for free. I'm sure of it.
Right. Sorry, I got a package from BMF. I want a sticker pack. And he sent me a poker chip. I didn't realize. Pretty cool. Brockton magnet fishing.
Bacchus, just Google it. Look for ALS Chemex. That would be the first one I would apply for. Connecticut.
Like this full at the bottom. And looking very nice.
Bacchus, I'll tell you an interesting historical fact. When I talked about cupellation, when you take the little lead button out of after you've smelted your sample down, and you take the lead sample and you put it in a little cupel cup, and that cupel cup is made out of bone ash. Bone ash will absorb base metal oxides, but does not absorb precious metals. Those cupels have been found in the tombs of Egyptian pharaohs. So the science has been around for almost 4,000 years. And the only difference between then and now is our level of accuracy and our level of technology. But they used fire assay in 2000 BC to figure out how much gold was in the rock.
Oh.
How cool is that? That's super cool.
That's really cool. I didn't know it's been around for that long.
It has, man. It has. It's like the 50 cal, the Ma Deuce, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been around for 120 years, and we still use it to turn bad guys into jelly since your grandpappy was in diapers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Heck of me, yeah. Right on. I don't know when the Amazon truck's gonna be here with my Capel and new porcelain dishes, or ceramic dishes.
2 to 3 to 4.
Hopefully they'll be here today.
You got some borax to glaze them with?
Yes, sir.
Good man yourself.
Yeah, I have some in the shop, but they're all contaminated.
Little bit at a time. Heat the dish, and then just sprinkle the borax on. Don't pour the borax in and melt it and try to pour it around.
Yeah, and then you got a big old puddle in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no good. And when you're doing it with a torch, it's hard to get that puddle out.
No, that's it. Exactly. Yeah. Just heat up a little spot, just put a couple crystals on, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be bringing out the
time.
melting.
It's time consuming, but yeah, patience.
Heck yeah, I'll bring you guys a little closer to this. I was actually hoping to get some coins in the mail today.
Yeah, Stacy says you can use cement powder too. Portland cement, you can use that. I'd rather just buy the crucibles. I mean, they're cheap as chips.
Yeah, yeah.
Easier to use. Don't do a Charlie, Nick. What did Charlie do?
Oh man,
What happened?
the copper.
Oh yeah. No good. He almost melted his feet off, man.
Oh no.
That scared the crap out of me. Oh, Mona, don't do it, Charlie. Yeah. She was there. She went back and watched it because I think she missed it at first. Can you cement powder too?
Yeah, you can use cement powder. Portland cement. You can use that. That it does the same thing as the bone ash crucible. But it's messier, you know. At least with the cupel, you could take the cupel, stick it in the oven, Yeah, man, that's gnarly.
It's so cool. The camera don't do justice. Did you check those drawers? Check in there. In my the truck, there's a pocket on the front seat. There should be a set with a socket. Son's trying to put new brakes on his pit bike. Can't find
Well,
the sets. All my tools are in the shop at the other house, and I have little sets here and there. Who knows where I put them all? Front seat, Bubba.
so look at your filter. Do you have anything in your filter now?
There's a little bit of dust. Not too much.
So my question would be, is it really worth filtering all that liquid off, or simply decanting it and then, I mean, I guess that's what the video is about, but if you're into saving time, I would just decant it all off and put more copper in it. More water.
I see it shining when there's a bunch of fine dust in there, and it gets mixed up in the solution.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna get every little bit out of there, and then I got a copper pipe over here. Rohan, grab a torch real quick, and I'll grab the pipe, and we'll put it back in the other jug and see what it does.
Yeah, I would do that. Add an extra 500 mils of water, distilled water to that jug before you do it, though.
Should be in that pocket. There's a tool bag in there in the living room floor. Try to look in that one too. Or underneath my bed, there's another toolbox. If you still need help in a few minutes, Bubba, I'll come do it for you. All right. Oh, Rohan. Rohan, right on, bro. Don't burn the gloves. You should get the mat yet. This one's good. That's crazy. Right?
So for those of you watching that hear me questioning, why he's filtering all this, I'm looking at it from an industrial point of view, whereas he's looking at it from an individual point of view. And my point of view is that he's going to spend an hour doing this, and it's going to give him $1.50. So he's working for $1.50 an hour. From an industrial point of view, it's not worth the time. But that's the only difference.
$1.50 an hour.
Yeah, come on, man.
Heck no.
Okay, maybe $3. But no, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying we're looking at it from two different perspectives. You're going to get every single speck of silver out of that solution.
I bought this 40 ounces of silver for $650 about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's now probably $800 in silver. And it's an investment. and I'm making money on it.
Oh yeah. No. I'm not saying that you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. What I'm saying is that what you're going to catch in that filter is
Oh,
going to be worth about $2.
yeah.
Right. So the length of time it takes you to filter this stuff out,
Yeah.
rather than just decanting it and reprecipitating it, is how much is your time worth? But as an experiment, it's a great idea because you're going to get 100% of what you're looking for.
Mhm.
And you're just showing the scientific principle, which is cool.
I don't want to lose pennies out of here.
No, there you go.
Hey,
So
I'm a Jewish Italian.
that's it. Well, that's it. I'm saying if you're doing it on your own versus a guy like me who would do this on an industrial scale, we wouldn't worry about $1 or $2.
Right.
We'd be all about volume, and that's what I was saying.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying there's different ways to skin a cat.
I thought you meant in general.
No.
I was like, oh man, heck,
Not at all.
I wouldn't be out here for $1 an hour. Heck of a no. And that's what retirement's about, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day.
Rohan's over here burning that copper pipe, cleaning it up real quick.
Right on.
We're
Don't forget to put at least a half a liter, maybe a liter of distilled water into the solution before you put the pipe in.
Yeah, we could do.
What do you got left there?
Not much.
Not much.
About 300 now.
No, that's not enough. You need some more.
That's our last jug.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have to
Run into Lowe's. For Pete's sakes, don't use tap water because then you're going to get into silver chloride, and that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that messes things up.
That's like dealing with Elmer's glue.
All that chlorine and all the other chemicals they put in there.
Yeah,
that's a good way to mess your batches up.
Then you got to get into hydrogen peroxide and silver, and you start blowing shit up in your front yard. It's not good. It gets real hot and it's really messy.
Oh man, can you see that in there?
Looks beautiful. What was it you first bought? Was it like a bar or
silverware? Silverware. It was a early 1900s silverware set.
A silverware set. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's sterling.
Yeah, it was sterling silver.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the wife will run to the store for me and grab me some distilled water.
I would suggest you send her a message.
About another 200 ml in here.
Yeah, you're gonna need. Yeah, I would seriously put another 500 ml in there. If it's precipitating out that hard on the copper, you're gonna get at least some more ounces out of that solution for sure.
You think?
Guaranteed.
You think just this bar was too contaminated to do anything?
It stopped. Yeah. It stopped the process from happening. The other option is, you could scrape the bar off, pull it out and scrape it off every 20 minutes. But it's a lot easier if you just put more water in and just let it run overnight.
It's been soaking for, when we start that last live stream. It's been about 2-3 days.
Yeah, that bar is totally stopped.
Heck yeah. Making sure we weren't leaving anyone hanging in the back.
Hey, Shelby, 3 tips: make sure that his nitric acid is dilute enough that it doesn't coat and crystallize on the copper. Yeah. It's just that one fine little detail. That's all.
We didn't have it dilute enough.
Not dilute enough. You ever see Sweet Tips have big crystals of silver growing off his copper tubes that he sticks in his silver nitrate shell bean? I haven't either.
It could have been I didn't have enough surface on it, you know?
It's a dilution thing. Yeah. There's lots of surface area there. There's as much surface area there as there is on a 2-inch pipe, you know. Oh, Roadhog's looking for the link.
And we dropped another link.
There it is.
Fill this up again. I starred the link, the comment, but I can't get it to pin.
Yeah, we can see the link there.
Be right back.
Yeah, he's got it starred in StreamYard, but not in YouTube.
Y'all. It got chilly all of a sudden.
Is Roadhog coming in or?
I don't know, or I don't know if he's just telling us that the he couldn't find the link, or what. Oh yeah, the silver cells are awesome. I'm gonna take some of this and make some of that. Some crystalline silver.
Those silver crystals, I mean, you could sell them online for way more than they're worth.
I used to put them in my pay dirt.
Because
They're
they're
just
so beautiful, eh?
Yeah. I'd rather have a silver bar. Yeah, I used to put it in my pay dirt, man. It was fun stuff. And then I ran out.
Sweet Tips just came out with a video this morning, I think, on how to build your own silver cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stacy, I'm heading down there. They want me on site on the 23rd of April, which is a month after I thought I was going to be there. But apparently their CEO wants me to be there with him. So this will be the first time in a long time I've actually stomped on the ground with the CEO of a company. It shows you how small they are. But yeah, so I'll be there 23rd of April till about the 27th. And then I'm going to head up and see Doug and Sandy Odette, hang out with Native Arizona as well, Adventures. And I'm going to head north to hook up here with Scars and Jim Asakura, and then head home.
It'll be some good times.
Should be fun.
Heck yeah. I like to say heck of a yeah. About ready to do another transfer on the juice. About there, y'all. 406 Miner says, nice. Hope things go well.
I hope so too. Because thank you, Mona, for hooking up with my channel. 406, the funny thing is that they want to run that thing as a micro mine, just with like a mom and pop operation. But the more I read about the project, the more I think it's a little hidden gem that nobody's ever looked at. I mean, people have looked at it over the last 50 years, but everybody down there was focused on copper, and they kind of let the gold slide, which is something that geologists tend to do. And so I think that that's a project that I could find a gold company out of Canada that'd be willing to pick that project up in a heartbeat. I'd love to go down there and work there. That'd be awesome.
Sweet. You let it cool down?
That's it. Curiosity, Shell Bean, is key to being a prospector. It's something you got to say, why? I tell all the young geologists, all the young prospectors, exactly the same thing. Why? Ask the question, why? Why is that rock there? Why does that ground look like that? Why is this the way it is? Why? And figure out the answers. And that's the way you find stuff. Why is that one black rock right here when all the rocks around it are red? Maybe I should go take a closer look at where that black rock is. Maybe there's more underneath the sand.
Oh, we got some pancaking.
There you go.
That filter is getting clogged.
It's going to get slow.
Can you see that? It's the good stuff. Silver nitrate to copper nitrate.
Are we waiting to put this in there? Do we need more water or go for it?
We could go ahead and drop it in there.
You got to change the filter? Or don't put the copper in now. It's just going to passivate on the copper. See? Look at that. See how it passivated right away? No, it's way too concentrated, man. You're wasting your time.
We need more copper.
You need more distilled water in there.
Oh yeah, more water, more copper, because
You're wasting. Okay, I'll shut up. You do what you want to do.
No, wasting the silver. We'll run and get some more. I need to filter this off good and clean it out. What do I do with that water?
Stacy, it's leach, and it's real fine grain. So I'm thinking ball mill and leach.
It's just a crystal in there.
Yeah, there's a cool ass crystal in there.
It's hard to believe it's 1.5 ounces per ton in some places, and they can't see. There's not a speck of visible gold.
There might be actually some copper pipe, or that copper pipe just turned silver. We'll find out in a sec.
So you're talking about how they had half a ton of gold, but they couldn't find any, like per
Ounce and a half per ton. And like rule of thumb usually is when you're at about the ounce and a half per ton, you should be able to see some tiny flecks of native gold in the rock. And in that particular location, yeah, it's all micron size gold. It's really, really, really fine. Very similar to the big deposits up in Nevada, where it's all super, super fine. You never see gold at all, but it's there. You know, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'm used to small gold here in Colorado, but not that small.
Yeah, no, it's like it's micron scale. You know, so then of course, when it's that fine, the problem is how fine do you crush it? You know, and what's the porosity of the rock? So if you're going to leach it, you need to have your liquid actually be able to soak into the rock, right? But they're talking about it's jasper.
I'm gonna run and get some water.
And jasper is not a porous rock. So like it's not, you could stick a bunch of jasper in a bunch of cyanide solution and it's only going to dissolve the little bits of gold that are on the outside of the jasper because it's not going to soak all the way through it. So like what the heck are they going to do? They're going to have to grind it so fine. I don't know. But anyway, I'll know more when I get down there and look at it.
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave Rohan. He's gonna finish off filtering this. But by the time the last one goes through, I'll be back. I gotta go 2 blocks up the road to get some water. Right? You hear Rock Butcher?
I heard that.
All right, I'll be right back.
I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
While you're gone, he can spray down what's in that jar, the silver, and get some more of that solution out of there. Give it a good rinse. Put it through the filter. Yeah, 406. The stamp mill and the mercury wouldn't work with that because the gold is encapsulated within the jasper.
That with mercury.
And no, I mean, if the mercury can't touch the gold, if the cyanide can't touch the gold, the mercury can't touch the gold, right? All you're doing is trying to get the outside edges of it, and it wouldn't work. So it's a question of how fine you grind it. And how much money do you want to spend on electricity running your ball mill, you know, to grind this stuff? Are you going to grind to 54 microns? Are you going to grind to 23 micron? I mean, it's nuts. You know, it's like the the palladium mine I worked at just north of town here, we were producing palladium and platinum. We ground to 54 microns, and that stuff was like, it was finer than baking sugar, icing sugar. And we still only recovered 70% of the metal that was in there. I mean, that stuff was on the order of 10 microns or less. So it would cost so much more to grind it that it wasn't worth it.
Running out of water here.
Don't use tap water for Pete's sakes.
You saying I don't want to mix chlorine in with this?
I'm saying you don't want to mix chlorine in with that. I don't know if you misheard me. I don't think you did.
Yeah, we're not trying to do that. I like my lungs.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, it'd be like trying to suck Elmer's glue through a paper filter. And well, Stacy, Jasper is just like, it's like chalcedony. It's solid quartz. I mean, there's no porosity whatsoever. There's no permeability.
Let's try to let as much of this settle down before I pour it.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
And we're out of water. Nick should be back any second, though. The store is really close. Yeah, me too. 406 miner. That is something I did not know. What's going on, Venture Delow? Just waiting for Nick to get back right now. Let me get my gloves off. Show you the silver we got going on here. So this is from the other day when we were doing the silver. It's all piled up in there. Got most of the nitric filtered out. We just ran out of distilled water. And there's still actually some silver in the solution. So we're going to run it again. But look how it crystallized to that bar. So cool looking. Finally got some nice weather today, though. Been sick of the cold, man. Any nice days we get, we're going to be out here. And there's the Nick. Special delivery, care package inbound. The package has arrived.
Not too shabby. Just in time, huh?
Nice to meet you too, Mona.
That's the Rohan.
Got Venture Delo just came in.
Venture Low, how's it going, brother?
Heck yeah. Only expected 1 ounce. You got 2 ounces. That's a pleasant little surprise.
I got a message from Casey saying he's backstage.
Oh, crap, Rohan. All right. KC, how's it going, man? Oh,
Hey guys.
There we go.
Hey guys.
What's going on, Casey?
Not much. Josh is still at the post office, so I figured we'd pop on and say hello.
Elsa.
406. Stacy asks, does the cyanide, nice spelling, buddy. Does the cyanide break down the jasper and quartz? No, the cyanide is simply, it's like, imagine dripping water on the rock or dripping acid on the rock. It doesn't actually break down the rock. It just simply soaks it and it absorbs whatever's on the outside of the grain and then carries on down. No, it doesn't. It's not like, say, hydrochloric acid, which would break down, a calcite bearing mineral or something like that. Yeah, no, the cyanide is.
Oh, use it all.
Yep.
You still got a bunch of floaties in there.
Yeah.
It's there's a new copper bar in there.
Oh, that's you diluted it down and
Yeah. How much did you put in it? 700 mils.
Almost half a gallon.
okay, that's good. And you see that right away, the silver starts coming out. I told you.
It's still solidifying off there. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a lot of.
No, I told you. There's a bunch of silver left in there. As soon as I saw your first bit of copper that was so passivated, you got a whole bunch more silver in there left, buddy.
Heck yeah.
It's a good thing I showed up. You would have thrown a piece of iron in there and lost all your silver.
Our stainless test showed there's still silver in solution.
But Stannis doesn't show silver.
Yeah. Well, it shows that it went red. That shows that there's silver in solution with the acid.
What's your definition of Stannis?
An acid test.
Of tin oxide and hydrochloric?
No, hydrochloric or nitric.
That hydrochloric and nitric is aqua regia.
No, yeah, that makes an aqua regia, but it also makes your acid to test for precious metals in solution, or even test.
Okay, I'll send you an email. Stannis is a mixture of tin and hydrochloric acid. That'll test for gold in solution, not silver. The fact that you got a reaction,
it's an acid test.
The fact that you got a reaction out of aqua regia, yes, tells you that you do have metals in solution. So, which you've now proven by putting copper back in there and seeing all that. Look at the cementation happening already.
Oh yeah, it's growing. It's growing those crystals again.
Yeah. Look up stannous chloride and how to make it. But that's only Stannis is good for for gold.
I bet you we have ounces in there. You're right.
Gold and platinum group metals.
Yeah. Hypothetically, you're 100%
Isn't that right?
correct.
406. God bless public schools.
406. I got my education.
Same,
He said, sorry, I went to public school. I spelt good.
I spelled good.
Yeah, I went to public school too. All right.
I went to multiple.
I went to multiple public schools. So how is everyone today?
Sweet. I was hanging out over Jericho this morning. I woke up and he was live streaming. I'm like, man. So I went and checked him out. He's over there panning some scars.
Heck yes.
That's still copper.
Yeah, some copper pieces on that one.
It's all crystallized around it. It's like a shell.
Yeah.
Josh has been running around like a crazy person all morning.
Oh no. Why?
Just going to the post office and making sure his ducks are in a row and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get my packages packaged up last night. I was so beat.
Yeah.
So they're not
He was
out
up
today.
super late packaging and everything.
Look at the silver accumulating in the bottom of that beaker in what? 5 minutes? Not even.
Oh, instantly.
It's still, that solution is still full of silver, man.
Oh, heck yeah. We probably got out half of it. Maybe
Stick a couple of more pieces of copper in there if you got them. Or scrape the crap out of that bar that's got all those nice crystals on it and stick it back in.
Heck yeah.
Stir it up.
The more copper you got in there, the faster it'll go.
This was a copper pipe that was in the bottom just now, and there's still little pieces of copper in there that I just washed all the silver out.
Yeah, there's still copper in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Break all that silver off.
Yeah. So I pulled that out. Got some more solution.
I
So
love
trying to
watching
get-
little science experiments.
Trying to get all this acid washed out of this silver here.
Closer view of it.
You should put yourself big or do the split screen where we're on the side big.
You can do it from the phone.
Look at that.
Computer crashed.
If you want, I can log in.
Wait, you see how it's fallen off now? It's not just crystallizing on there. That's because you got it dilute enough. You got it dilute enough that it won't. It's called passivating, where the silver solidifies on the outside of the copper, and it prevents the copper from being exposed to the acid to keep the reaction going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And no, you're doing good now, man. I would just stick a couple more pieces of copper in there, and then you don't have to wait 2 days.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I'll get one ready.
If you got a couple more.
Yeah. I don't know if like copper.
Oh, that's brilliant. Stacy, if you want, Stacy's asking me about cyanide. Stacy, when next we meet, remind me to tell you about my potassium cyanide story, because I can't say it here on YouTube, otherwise I'll be sanctioned. Let's just say that I had a neighbor with a dog that made a lot of noise all night long. And
No, you.
we'll leave it at that.
Oh my goodness.
A bunch of iron.
What was that? No, you what?
Were you talking to me, Rock Butcher?
No, I was talking to 406 Miner.
I just hope the residue inside the pipe ain't gonna be an issue. Man, there's a lot in there.
Seriously.
There's a lot. Yeah, I'll bet you you didn't get 50% of the silver out of that first batch. This will bring it out. That's not 40 ounces of silver, buddy. Told you.
It's heavy.
I'm sure it is, but I'll bet you that's not more than. It's certainly not more than 20 ounces. It might be 10. The rest of it's still in solution. I mean, the fact that you got a quarter inch of sedimentation within 5 minutes of putting that copper in there tells me that the reaction has yet to complete. Yeah, you see the way that when you stir it, you see the way the silver falls right off of it? That's because it's not, the solution is dilute enough now that the silver cannot adhere, it can't glue to the copper hard enough to coat it like gold plating, or silver plating, which would stop the reaction. There's still enough room for the nitric acid to get to the copper between the individual atoms of silver that you're generating that cement.
Cool.
And that's
yeah. Crystallizes in, and you can just shake it off.
That's it. Just leave it in there. It'll fall off all by itself with its own weight. You don't have to keep stirring it. I would stick a couple more chunks of copper in there if you got them.
And, we're getting ready. Heat some up.
And it'll just save you time, because the more copper that's in there, the faster the reaction will go.
That's epic.
You see it starting to wrinkle right there?
Yeah. If you leave it long enough, you'll see it'll get fat and it'll wrinkle up, and then it'll just drop off all by itself. That's pretty, eh? It's beautiful, actually, if you look at it close up.
Okay, so the silver you're saying is like in the blue water itself, so it's attaching to the copper?
Yes. What's happening here is the copper in this chemistry with this acid, what you're dealing with here is dilute nitric acid. And the copper would rather be in solution, and the silver would rather be solid if it's given the opportunity. So as soon as you put the copper in there, the copper jumps into solution because of the the covalence of it, the electrical charge on the copper would
So
rather
they basically
go into
both change
solution with the nitric, which makes, and so for every atom of, or every couple atoms of copper that jumps into solution, an atom of silver becomes solid, precipitates out on the copper, and then falls to the bottom. What you're seeing here is exactly the same way that your halide lights, your xenon argon lights, like the new headlights on cars and stuff like that, how they work, not the LEDs, I'm not talking about LEDs, how they work is that they're in, like the old light bulb was a tungsten filament that was in a vacuum, okay? And you'd heat it up with electricity and it would glow and it would light up your living room, right? But when they went to halide lights, tungsten halide lights, they would use a noble gas, and when you excite it by putting electricity through it, it would actually boil off atoms into the gas, but then those, because of their electrical charge, they'd rather be back in the solid form than in the liquid form, which meant that they would then jump back onto the coil, unlike the old tungsten bulbs. And that's why you could burn them much hotter and much lighter, and they would produce much more light. And it's also why when they actually burn out, you would see a silvery coating on the inside of the bulb. And that's where all the metal went, because it got hot there because you left a stupid fingerprint or something on it. And so this is very, very similar to what happens in that chemical reaction. And it's the silver would rather be in solid form and the copper would rather be in liquid form. And so that's what you're seeing happen right here. And it's it's electricity. It's, yeah.
That's a trip, man. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think Nick told me before how he got into this. He wanted to make silver bars, I believe. I'll have to ask him. Are you still there, Nick?
Yeah. Sorry. Son's yelling at me. What's that?
Sorry,
Hello?
I started coughing. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I said, how did you get into doing this?
I just I do recycle e-waste, and I get all the gold off electronics, platinum, rhodium, and components, and I save them up, and I just, it's fun, you know, it's free money, it's free precious metals, and it adds up. After a year of collecting stuff, I'll go ahead and process it all, and it's all free money, you know.
Where'd you get your nitric acid, Nick?
What's that?
Where'd you get your nitric acid?
I ordered it from a company online.
Okay.
Yeah, it was $140 for 2.7 liters, I believe it was.
Okay. A half gallon. Yeah.
So it's pretty pricey as well, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Nitric
something you got to keep in mind, but you can actually you can regenerate your nitric acid when you're done with it. It depends on how much of the stuff you're going to go through.
Nice. Good to know that, huh?
Pretty soft. Right there.
Wow, look at that silver just like
Yeah, it's just Yeah, it's growing and it's falling right off it.
What a trip.
All the silver off that I can, so it has
Yeah.
more surface
Here.
area.
You wash off the gloves.
Where's that other coil that he had that he passivated all that on the bottom of it? You could throw that in there too, and it'll speed up the reaction.
The what?
This, I think he's talking the bar.
Oh, that bar?
No, there was a coil that he had, like
No,
a twisted up piece of
That was a part of a copper pipe.
that he dipped the bottom in. No, not that. There was a piece of copper pipe he dipped in. It was like just twisted up or wound up, and
That's this one right here.
Yeah,
was that the one that's in there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 pipes in there now.
It's like a good quarter of the size now.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there again.
Yeah.
Get those again. Not a lot, but I'm like you, man.
Adds up.
I don't want to waste any of it.
There's some chunkies on those figures.
Quarter.
Geez, good thing I showed up before you decided to pour that all off and stick iron in it. Or you would have had an awful lot of silver-rich copper coming out the other end.
It
Jesus.
could have got that. I would have. Hey, if I would have done that, man, I would have been mad. I would have been like, man, where's my 40 ounces?
Where's my 40 ounces? Exactly.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. No, that's good. You're doing good now.
Do you want me to break the silver off this?
Yeah, I think we're on Badgers tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, scrape the silver off that bar that you got, those crystals, and stick the bar back in. It'll work just fine once you scrape it down.
Think that's a little copper? No.
It's dark.
You might get some crystals that people will buy.
Throw that back in the solution. Those
I would.
Corner there.
Crush it up. Oh, your spoon.
I often thought about using powdered copper for this kind of thing.
Yeah, I got it.
And but the trick with that would be that you can only use it so far.
Right.
And then you got to put in a solid piece of copper, because if you put too much powdered copper in, you're contaminating your silver, right?
Yeah, you won't be able to separate it.
At the end of it. And like powdered copper would make that thing turn silver in a heartbeat if you were to dump it in. Because it's so fine grained and there's so much surface area on the finely divided copper that it would just wham, it would instantly go into solution, and your silver would precipitate out. But if you put like a teaspoon too much in there, man, you got 3 grams of copper all of a sudden sticking in your silver, and
Yeah, that
now
would
you're not 999 pure anymore.
Yeah, your silver bars ain't gonna look too good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why is that silver?
It's way safer just putting big pieces of copper in it.
Rinse me off here.
You got to stick the rest of your solution in your vacuum flask there. It's got to go back in there too, eh?
Yes, sir. Oh, Rohan needs a rinse off.
I'm covered in silver.
It's
I hate
silver.
I hate it
There
when
are-
that happens.
There are worse things in life.
You guys are hilarious. I'm just listening because this is all new to me. So
Yeah, we're all having fun.
heck yeah.
We're all sticking to his gloves, dude. Burn the gloves.
Signed it.
Stained his gloves silver. We're not doing that again. All right, I got this copper pretty much cleaned off. Show you guys here in a second.
I think that was the best way to do it with that though, because there was just so much copper in it still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head down to the man cave here because I got kids coming home from school. So I'm gonna bail off of here and I'll be back on in about 3 minutes.
Catch you on the flip side, brother.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, here's your ring.
Look at that.
That
Silver.
Oh,
was
just
Oh, here we go. Rinse her off. Really good. Why is that so orange up there? Contaminated? She's contamination. All right, so I got that rinsed off pretty good. Here's that copper bar.
Oh, wow.
Cleaned off finally. So I'm going to put that back in, see what it does.
So just clean the copper off the outside, basically?
silver,
Silver.
Oh,
because it coats the copper, and we had this solution too strong. Yeah, so it's just a crystal of the silver.
This was on for bar.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So you putting them back in the solution then?
Not the silver, just the copper. We cleaned off that copper, putting that back in there to drop the rest of the silver that didn't fall out.
Man, look how much is in the bottom already.
I know, it's insane. What is that, like an inch at least, I would say?
I mean,
is it already?
that's about an inch.
Yeah, close.
This was so
Probably a little over even.
I'll throw that back in there. That's some copper.
A lot of copper.
Add some copper on it.
That's crazy.
Some copper.
Just ate so much of that bar.
The comments while I see it, but it's hard to see it on this view for some reason. I think it's because I don't have keys, so it's like very basic.
You didn't come in with keys?
I didn't come in with keys.
Oh,
Let me log out. I'm gonna come back in with keys. Give me 2 seconds.
I can't handle this.
I can't handle not having control. I'm just kidding. All right, BRB.
So I got all the ones that have a little bit of fire. Rohan.
It jumped out. The spring went.
So maybe I'll just put all this back in there and just let it go again. Just in case there's any copper left on those pieces. I don't want it to get all eaten up. I didn't wash that plate, did I?
You did.
I did? So that's all silver?
It was clean. That's all silver.
I was about to be like, oh no. Alright.
You almost didn't. But then you took it in and
How pretty that
that's a
silver
piece
is.
of pipe in there still. Probably mostly copper, but mostly silver.
Throw it back in the solution. We don't want any copper left in any of that.
Knock, knock, Rock Butcher says.
Oh,
There we are.
Back.
welcome back.
You're gonna have to let that run for a couple of hours, I would say. Look at it peeling off. How cool is that?
Cool to watch.
I'm
Oh,
dropping
man, that's
those.
a big old piece, too.
Mm-hmm.
Put some pieces back in there. Make sure we don't have copper left. Like that.
That stuff down at the bottom's looking kind of coppery, but that could just be the light.
So
There's-
there's like
Drainage.
some kind of rust or like it's just oxidized on the outside.
Okay.
It's that in the winter outside on a rusty dish. So
Okay. Yeah, so it's reflected in the dish.
yeah,
yeah.
it stained the bottom of the glass of
Gotcha,
the
gotcha. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
We're gonna
what'd you do?
lose our bar.
Oh, Mona says me too. Is Mona in the back room?
Do not see her.
I don't see anything up there. How did we get a spider in our filter?
What?
There's a spider inside our filter.
I do not know, bro. How does that even happen?
He's dancing around in acid.
It must have. Maybe it hatched and it came in on the wind or something. Like I don't know. How big was it? I don't-
Oh, no, not me.
Happened.
Nice to meet you too, Mona. I think we met before. I recognize your name.
Oh man. I'm gonna go get the jump box and the charger.
Oh, I was.
Oh, nice.
That green color you got there in that solution, I think you probably got some platinum group metals there too.
What's that, brother?
I think there's probably some platinum group metals in that green color you got. Hard to say.
I'm
They
hoping
should be precipitating out with the copper, but they might come out after the silver does.
I'm hoping it's not from the copper pipe, from residue from inside it. I burnt it up pretty good.
No, it should be mostly blue. It might be, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the chemistry. It might just be contamination.
Huh.
Here's Casey back.
Hello, y'all.
When you see that dark green like that, that's usually palladium and platinum. And then if you get
It might be,
just a little bit, it doesn't take much to make the color change.
it might be
if-
the carbon from the
if
burnt
you-
pipe.
Maybe I've never dealt with carbon in a situation like that, but who knows?
Hopefully it's not.
If you let the reaction go to completion, and it's certainly not going to occur during this live stream, but it might clarify up. At the end, you should have a blue solution, but if it's still green, there's something else going on in there too. But your platinum group elements should all settle out with the silver.
Mona said you all blow my mind with your knowledge.
Never stop learning.
Mona, I'll tell you something.
Knowledge is
People think I'm crazy because if you stick me down 1.5 miles underground where the rocks are cracking and snapping and popping at me for the pressure, I'm happy as a little clam. I'll be down there all day long. But if you show me 2 electrical wires with bare copper on them and you tell me there's electricity running through them, I scream like a little girl and run away.
I felt
So
that.
I
Electricity scares me too.
It scares the
Oh,
shoot right out of me. And I just, yeah, I know some things, but other things I choose to I'll pay some dude to do it.
It's just
Mommy wants a new light put up in the bedroom.
Just a little
I'm
tickle.
going to pay you $45 an hour to put a new light in my bedroom. Thank you very much. It's true. Come on.
I'll be there to fix it, Jim.
Right on. Right on. Oh, for you, it's beer and burgers on the barbecue.
I don't drink, but I'll definitely eat some burgers.
Okay, iced tea and burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Working on getting the last of this acid filtered out of our silver. We got clean stuff to work with. Yeah, we totally went to a different color. We're getting darker now.
Yeah, that's odd.
Look.
Yeah.
Look how clear.
I would throw that liquid in there too.
Yep.
Just get it all in there, get all your silver all in one spot.
There was something on that copper pipe that contaminated that.
Maybe. Who cares? It's gone into solution. Doesn't matter. As long as your silver's coming out, that's all you worry about.
Yeah. Now, is it still coming out?
Dude, that's going to be coming out for the next 5 hours. I'm serious. With that amount of copper you got in there, this is not a 1 hour or a 50-minute or a 30-minute episode.
Oh, yeah.
Put the rest of your solution in and maybe give it a dash more water. And you'll be good. You could even decant that into another thing, and then at least you can screw around with the silver you already got out of it.
Dan said, if I had those beakers and everything else you have there, the DEA would be beating on my door here in Missouri.
Hey. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been here yet. I'm just in my front yard.
Yeah.
And we had it all reacting. We had the hot plates out here the other day and everything else.
Oh,
and
Charlie's in the house.
Charlie! And then
Yeah.
my neighbors, I got some cool neighbors, Luckily.
Mona said, I keep thinking Breaking Bad, LOL.
He's not.
Bad in the front yard, you guys.
He's not. Yeah, he's not cracking meth there. This is.
Hey, it might be the new thing. Cooking in the front yard. They'll never think.
Cooking in the front yard.
They'll never suspect it.
They'll never suspect it.
Yeah, do it right in front of everybody. Yeah,
We get rich.
nobody would ever suspect that.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Just joking, guys.
Oh.
Not a good idea. I do not
Yeah.
Do not do that at home, please. Excuse me. That's funny.
have a heavy jar here, y'all. Heavy jar of silver.
Yeah.
I should have weighed these. I should have weighed these guys, the beakers, so I knew how much they weighed, so we could just, throw that on a scale.
Well, where did you buy them from? If you look online, it should tell you the weight.
Yeah, but they don't give you precise.
No. All those glass jars, you got to weigh them individually and write the name on the side of them.
That is a puddle
Yeah.
of silver dust.
That's
I think you'd be lucky to have 10 ounces of dust there.
Oof. It's heavy.
Lucky, super lucky. I bet you that's like 5.
so. What's the next process? Smelting it down then to make it a bar?
If that.
Yeah, drying it out and then melting it down. Well, drying it down and weighing it.
Where's your bar that you had that was all passivated with the crystals on it? You going to scrape that off and
Yeah, it's
stick it
back
back
in.
in the solution, or?
Yeah, it's sitting in there.
Oh, it's in there now.
Yep.
Right on.
It's bubbling and fizzing. Ah, maybe
good.
there's some brass in that copper.
Bubbling and fizzing is good. That'd be good if there's brass, because zinc is even more reactive than
Yep.
copper.
Yeah.
And zinc will go into solution far faster than copper will.
Yep. Zinc is on the number one list of
The problem is, if you put zinc into solution, you will precipitate copper, which
Right.
then has to reprecipitate, or has to reabsorb into the nitric to precipitate the silver. So you're adding a loop to the chemical. Yes, it goes like this, Casey. You have to add a loop to the chemical process.
A loop, man. I've got
But
a loop going.
But it works. It works. I'm telling you, it works.
Bubba.
Dan said, I guess as long as you're not up at 3 a.m. with flashlight in your neighbor's window, you're okay.
Yeah. We're not out here with flashlights on our head.
Watch yourself. You're getting close to full on that flask, too.
Gas lamp.
Yeah.
Gas mask and a headlamp.
That is a full flask. Garrett's gonna blow out. Damn, there's actual quite a bit of dust down there.
I told you. Did I lie?
No.
Mhm.
It's
You're in the
Amazing.
big one. Oh, okay. It's like, what's going on?
He was just stirring it up, playing with it a little bit.
So what is the little thing doing compared to the big thing?
He's filtering from his initial, when he put the copper in initially, he's filtering that solution off, because some of the silver is really, really finely divided, finely powdered, and it's kind of suspended in the solution. And so he's filtering the finely divided silver out to create a clean solution, which he's then dumped into another beaker, the big one, obviously, and he's added more copper to it to precipitate out the rest of the silver.
Sorry, guys.
Bones about to die.
Phone's gonna die?
Yeah, Rohan went to go get a charger real quick.
Oh, nice. I will say these live streams kill the electronics very quickly.
Yeah, heck yeah.
How big's that beaker there, Scars? 500 mil?
This one here,
Yeah.
1,000.
I'd put another 500 mil. Oh, Jesus. You're going to fill that beaker right to the top.
Yeah, that's gonna be the last of it.
Yeah. I think you're getting full. You might want to save that for later.
Yeah, we get her in
Because
there.
you got to dilute it down.
Yeah, this is real diluted.
That one's had a lot of water go into it already, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the last of it, y'all. We're at 5,200.
You're full now.
Dang.
All right.
Do you still have that bar in there? Is it hanging?
Yeah. We'll grab that camera roll. Actually, let's get the phone plugged in real quick, y'all. Yeah, we cleaned it off and then put everything back in the solution again.
I would just let that sit and run for a while.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And
Oh man,
if you want, like, go on and, you got to scrape that off, man.
Oh, it's scraped. That's
Is it?
just for now. It's falling
Well,
off.
that's just, okay. That's okay. If it's falling off, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And
Heck yeah.
yeah. and just look at the stuff you already got and see if you can dry it out. And
Okay, so the bar that you're hanging, that is silver, you're just re-purifying it again?
No,
Is that what
that's
you're
a
doing?
Copper. That's see the copper pipe we put in here the other day dissolved 99% of it,
Uh-huh.
and it crystallized that copper bar to where it couldn't precipitate anymore. It clogged it up. So I scraped all that off, put it back into solution to make sure all the copper's cleaned off it, and put the bar back up there so it can help precipitate some more silver out. Because we didn't get it all the other day. There's still more silver in solution.
Mona says, Heckaman, yeah.
Heck of a yeah. So
Nick,
we
you
got
have to stop that saying.
you better trademark that before somebody steals it.
yeah. I'm gonna go trademark it. So we're getting all the acid out of here, which we should be good now. And then we're gonna let it dry. And let the silver dry that's in here. And there's quite a bit in there. It's heavy.
It really is.
Yeah, that's a big old glop of silver dust, silver salt.
cement silver.
Yeah, cemented silver.
Cement silver.
It's
That's
so pretty
crazy.
now, dude.
Yeah, in the sun it
It's
all
actually catching the
sparkles
sun.
and
Oh man.
it looks pretty sweet.
I have a question. So
Man.
why does the silver in the bottom of the blue jar look yellow? Like
That
it looks
is-
goldish.
The outside of the glass, I had this beaker sitting on a metal pan, and it sat there all winter and it rusted up, and the rust
Oh, okay.
soaked into the outer of the glass. Look at that silver there you spilled.
I asked the same question, Casey, and yeah, it's a reflection. The silver is so silver that it's acting like a mirror, and it's reflecting the color of the table.
And there's a lot in there. Holy shnikes. I got a lot of acid on my fingers today. My hands
You
are
need to
gonna be
be
It's an exfoliant, man. Just look at it that way. It's cool.
Clean out the pores.
Yeah, it's just
That's
You're
gonna
not
be
gonna have
stained.
pores left.
That's gonna stain my hands for a few months.
yeah, that's silver nitrate right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah. It's definitely going to be a couple of weeks anyway. Yeah.
Look at that. LOL, Jim. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
back in there. That was on the side of the bar.
Miss Kinsey is not sleeping. The kids have her. I paid them $5 to watch her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that reaction there,
How long
dude, is that reaction going on is going to take you, if you want to get all your silver back, that reaction is going to take you overnight.
Yeah.
I would just put it away and let it go.
Yeah.
There's no way to speed that up. Look at that. Is that pretty? Look at that silver raining from heaven. So somebody should write a song about that.
Right?
Now this whole thing should be full. This whole beaker should be full.
Yeah.
A big old cloud of this stuff.
Yeah. You look at how much you got in there now versus how much you got in that other jar.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes,
We got-
Mona, you're
Times more already.
Yeah, look at all just falling and piling up. Oh man.
it's just insane.
Look at that chunk coming down. Boom.
Boom.
Look at it just sit there.
So satisfying.
That's pretty
Yeah, it's-
cool. Chemistry.
Mona said better than a lava lamp.
Yeah, no, I could watch this all day.
So I got a funny story. My kids back, it was about 4 years ago, when they're first learning about science in school, maybe 5-6 years ago, they asked me a science question and I explained to them and the answer. They said, "No, Dad, you're not a scientist. I said, I'm a geochemist. And they said, no, Dad, we mean a real scientist.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's like
it was
that's like calling a dentist a doctor.
that's I just answered their goddamn question. And they're like, no, Dad, we want to. I don't wear a lab coat, so therefore I'm not a real scientist, you know.
How dare you?
Yeah. No, Dad, we need
Oh,
a
yeah.
real scientist to answer this question. Yeah.
You're like, why don't you ask your science teacher if I have the capabilities to answer your question?
Most of those science teachers aren't even qualified.
You're not wrong.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All that silver looks so gorgeous. It's about to drop some vicious chunks.
All this silver, you're just gonna throw all my silverware in a
You
bucket.
see it coming off like that? That's because you diluted it enough. It's
Right.
coming off like that.
Real fluffy.
Exactly. And that's what you want when you're
Yep.
doing this experiment.
Yeah. One thing about filming and doing experiments, it's easy to mix, skip steps or forget something
Mhm.
because you're worried you're back and forth in chat and
There's also a reason why they're called experiments. Because
Yeah.
you're experimenting, and some
We're-
of them go well, and some of them don't go so well. It's an experiment.
Like that thing.
There's no judgment. There's no judgment. It's just, oh, well, we screwed that one up. Let's try this one.
It's the copper like key.
It's an experiment. Yeah. Look at that, eh? Wow. Pure silver.
I love your A. Your
Hey.
But I stayed in a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
So I stayed in a Holiday Inn. So I must be an expert.
I'm gonna try to find a cleaner spot where it's not contaminated with all that orange is bad. Maybe right there. Hey, but I stayed in a Holiday Inn. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. The sun hits it better right there.
Look at that. Science in action, guys.
A big old piece.
That's a squillion little copper atoms dashing into solution because they want to be swimming freely in the nitric acid.
swimming
And at the same time, the silver is saying, hey, copper, why don't you come into the pool? Because I really want to be just lounging on the side. And the silver is solidifying and getting out of the pool and just hanging out on the side.
Look at that, just glisten.
They should make snow globes like that. Yeah.
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 Good idea. Let's do it. Ooh.
Yeah. You could do that, Mona, but they'd only work for a while and then you'd have to recharge them.
we just ordered 1 million units.
You guys are a trip.
I suppose you could drive how would you drive I don't know. You could drive the silver back into solution and the copper out of solution, but I'm not sure how to do that.
UPS is here. Better drop off my coins. Oh, he's driving. I hate when he just drives by. I'm just like,
Supposed to be here for me.
Maybe electrically you could do it if you charge it up because it's an ionic exchange. It's like one atom's got a 2+ charge and one atom's got a 1+ charge, and if you change the electricity
So cool.
If you added electricity to the solution, you might be able to even a couple of, not even a volt or two, you might be able to drive the reaction the opposite way. I don't know. Not that I'm interested in that, because all I want is the pure silver.
Look at that. Watch it grow.
Growing.
How cool is that?
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen for sure.
Oh yeah, look at it just growing on there.
Oh, this is an ASMR experience, guys. Yeah, for sure. Look at that.
The trip, man. I have never seen stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
Wow,
pretty.
look at it jiggle.
And any second, it's going to fall off, and it's just going to instantly start reforming. So cool.
Whoa, I slipped. Sorry, guys.
Be careful.
Safety first.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a safety meeting. Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
Shed
that's
Fat.
so sweet.
It's instantly already reforming.
Yeah, and then instantly starts growing again.
It's
So
not
cool.
a phenomenon. It's the laws of chemistry,
Yeah.
laws of physics.
Heck of a yeah, Mona says.
One says, safety meeting.
Oh, yeah. My son's trying to get me to go to work. He wants me to go swap out these brake pads on his pit bike because he is having trouble.
I'm
I told him I'm not for hire.
not for hire. Figure it out yourself. YouTube it. I'm just kidding.
No, I told him I'll be there a little bit. Little butthead.
Yep, gotta help him out. What you do is you just gotta teach him how to do it so you don't have to do it the next time.
Yeah, this is the second time. He's burns through those dang brake pads like it's nothing.
Tell them to start learning how to downshift.
Oh, it's a Coleman bike.
Oh, it's an automatic.
Yeah, it's just no gears.
Dan Smoking Treasure said, just got my mail, bought a 2-ounce revolver thing. This thing's engravings are sweet.
A what? A 2-ounce revolver thing. This thing's engraved. Engravings are sweet.
What's a
Oh.
2-ounce revolver thing?
Probably a mold, 2-ounce mold. Maybe a revolver. There's a mold on eBay I was checking out, and it's a graphite mold of a pistol. Maybe he's talking about that.
Watch this stuff.
Like it's just falling.
Look right there, Nikolai. It's already growing again.
Yeah, you're gonna get. I'll bet you got less than 10 ounces out of that first crucible, and this one you're gonna get.
Oh,
You're 30.
Is it growing back and falling off?
Look
that
at
was a
that
big old
gorgeous
sheet.
It's all about the dilution, man.
Yeah, we didn't have enough copper
Does
exposed.
it fall off?
There you go.
You
Yeah,
know,
until
we
all
ran
the
out of
silver's
copper
out of that.
too.
And not enough dilution. It's
You're right. Yeah.
That
if you
copper
get no, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much copper you got in there.
that I put
If
iron
the
in.
solution is too nitric rich, it will passivate all of that copper, and it will instantly coat all of it.
Uh-huh.
So by diluting it enough to make it's not the solution itself is not so energetic in the
Mhm.
exchange, that's when you get this happening. And you've got it perfect right now. This is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it's so shiny. Like
Yeah.
it looks brown on the
Yeah.
camera screen, but it's just crystalline in there. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty
No,
cool.
this is perfect.
You gotta get out of the sun, Bubba. And it's full. There's 2.5 inches full in the bottom now.
Yeah. Hell of a lot more than you had in the first one.
Look at that clump coming down.
Good 2.5 inches.
This clump's just hanging there.
So much.
I want to see your hand again.
My hand? Which one?
I don't know. There was the other
That's
one.
the
What
one with
was
the
on your?
silver nitrate stains.
Was that a cut? I thought I saw a cut.
No, that's acid stains.
Oh, acid stains. I'm like, oh my goodness, what did you do to yourself?
There was a little bit of acid left in that water, and it stained my fingers.
Silver nitrate will do that to you, and it'll stick with you for
What are you talking about
a
that?
week. Oh, that's the thing he was.
That's what I was talking about. Okay.
That's just from an old blister.
That's Rohan. He burnt his finger and it blistered up, and he was playing.
He's got to stop picking his nose so energetically.
Yeah, that's from picking
It was about blisters.
Picking the schnoz.
Ew. Dude. But how did you get it? The blisters.
I've heard enough.
You can't afford me anyways.
That's super cool.
Just chunking.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah. There you go. There's your silver coming out.
Kind of glad everyone's here to see this.
Yep.
I also had some in solution.
Love watching it grow, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, we're growing silver right now.
Silver farmers.
We're silver farmers.
Heck yeah.
The crops were good this year.
Crops are going good. It's going to be a good spring.
Cops
Y'all
are going
are-
to show up at your house any moment now.
Looks like the ocean.
Yeah.
You're going to have to explain to them the whole. Just put them on to me, okay? And I'll explain it to them.
Careful, Bubba. There's acid in there. That's the silver we already filtered out.
It's all silver too.
Silver dust.
Hey, Nick, I have a random question.
Man,
So, Dan Smoking Treasures, that's the Dan from yesterday, right?
oh yeah.
Dan, I need you to email me your address. You won the $10 duck race.
Right. I believe that was the gentleman that was in on that duck race. Dan Smoking Treasures.
I could go grab your sheet. And
I saw his name and I'm like, oh, I need his address.
I put Dan down on the race for abbreviation, and I think it's Dan Smoking Treasures.
Dan, you're the one that got 2 spots in the $10 race yesterday, correct? Oh, let me see if I can message because I'm on my phone. If not, I'll just make it a banner real quick. Is that okay, Scar? Actually, I might already have one in here for Scars. Let me see.
Don't touch.
Yep.
Don't touch.
Yeah,
Yep, there's my email, Dan.
You don't want your fingers to look like his, do you?
Yeah.
I was lucky I didn't get none on you. Tiny bit.
Oh, look at those chunks.
All right, you got the email? I'll go ahead and take it down.
He
Yeah,
said,
send me
okay,
an email.
cool, thanks.
Josh just went to the post office. He's there now, but I will make sure we will get that out here either tomorrow or the next day to you. Oh, yes, plus your necklace. Yep. That was.
That was me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I have that. I didn't get it shipped out today. It was a late night last night. And woke up this morning and jumped on Jericho's stream, and here I am now. So after this, I'm going to go inside and package all that stuff up and get it sent out tomorrow. and I'll upload some tracking numbers for you guys.
You said you would do what? Upload tracking numbers?
Yeah, I send them all the tracking info.
Oh, nice.
Like, just instantly. And it's so fluffy too.
That's like 3 inches now, maybe more.
About 2.5, 3, yeah. But that's in the corner because there's a pipe going right down the side there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all fluffy like that too. When you bash it down, it gets a lot thinner.
Yeah, like
it's
this.
like marshmallow, you know.
Good solid
But
inch.
there's a boatload of silver there.
Yeah.
And it'll keep doing that for the next 6-7 hours. Like you're gonna end up with, I bet you, a good 4 or 5 inches of cement silver in the bottom of that crucible or that
It's like
that jar,
fitting.
the beaker.
I can't believe how much is left.
Like I say, the more copper you put in, the faster it'll go. So
I just would have never knew that the liquid would hold on to that much silver.
yeah, it's hard to believe. Hard to believe, but it does.
I think it's cool when it wrinkles up like
Yeah,
that.
look at it wrinkling up, piling up against the glass right there.
Yeah. If you watch it long enough, those wrinkles they'll get so big and fat that they'll just fall right off.
Yeah, and eventually it ain't gonna have anywhere to fall anymore.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have just nothing but a big old pillow cloud in here.
Dan, I put that email back up on the screen for you. You can double check it.
It's okay. There's enough voids in that pillow in the bottom that even if your copper's down at the bottom, the nitric's still getting to it. Like it's not like the copper that's hidden underneath the pile of silver isn't getting attacked. It is.
Right. Yeah, this is. It's
Well,
pretty.
if you stir,
What's that?
if you stir it all up, would it mess with it? Like if you unsettled the settling?
You can stir it all up as much as you want.
But it
Oh,
will. It
It'll-
will.
It'll
It
fall and it'll be more dense when it falls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Level it out across the bottom.
See, it's getting lighter green now. It was a much darker green before.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me you got platinum group elements going into solid state as well. So there's probably platinum and palladium in there.
I don't know where that come from.
It's not uncommon in sterling silver to have a little bit of platinum group element with it.
Huh.
It just comes from Mother Nature.
Or you know.
Especially if your silver is formed in a ultramafic environment, which a lot of silver deposits are, you're going to get platinum group elements associated with them. So.
That one's got so much on it.
Yeah.
This scale, you're not talking a gram of platinum. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, this copper bar is getting thin. So since we had 40 ounces in solution, it's going to take 40 ounces to precipitate it out. Am I correct?
It was 40 ounces of sterling, right?
Right. So it should take.
And sterling is 75% silver.
No,
So-
92.5%.
Is it 92.5? I thought it was 75%.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so 92.5%. So what's 92.5% of 40 ounces?
About 38, maybe.
Okay. So you should, in theory, you'll probably get slightly more than 38.
Well, I'm just saying it's going to take about the same amount of copper that there is silver, right?
I don't know the exchange rate. I'd have to work that out. No, it won't be the same. It's not 1-to-1.
But they're
Because
different
copper,
intensity.
copper's 2 plus. What the fuck is silver? I think silver is 1 plus. So it might take twice as much copper as it does silver.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'd have to work
Hey,
that out. That's a good question. I always just put in way too much copper and get all the silver out. Like I don't try to minimize the amount of copper I use because copper is cheap.
I need a solid bar I need to melt. I need to make a mold so I can get 2-foot bars copper.
Of copper?
Yeah. So I could, instead of doing the copper pipe.
The bottom of the pipe just broke off.
I would use, no, it's all about the surface area, man. So if you can get a sheet of copper, you're way farther ahead using a sheet of copper than you are a bar of copper. Because this chemical reaction, it's all about the surface area.
Right.
And the surface area of a sheet is equal to the surface area of a bar.
But then you have chances of tiny copper particles.
No. Because with the sheet, it's going to go to nothing. Whereas with like wire, like I was telling you earlier, you'll get parts that wear through first, and you get chunks that are left out. So, I mean, you can. I've always used copper tube and copper sheet.
Bubble just took all that off. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Poor Charlie, his freaking tires flat again.
Yep. Dan, I got your email.
I got tires for you, Charlie. Just come on over. I think I got like 40 or 50 sets of tires over there.
It's a big old dribble of silver. Totally is.
Yeah. And over here on the table.
This is like a chunker, though.
Yeah, that's a Rohan.
This is the guy who always spares to go.
Oh man, I've had some bad episodes spilling gold.
I suppose if you made, like 4 or 5 copper bars and stuck them in there, you get the same surface area as you would putting 2 or 3 tubes in there. But
yeah, long bars.
Copper pipe or copper tubes, I wouldn't. Why waste your time making copper bars when you could just stick copper pipe as cheap as chips and just stick it in like you've already done.
I grab them out of the
Nick,
basket.
will you shake that thing again? I want to see it fall.
Oh, it's ready to go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's working perfectly, man.
Seriously, one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is so fascinating. It's so fun doing this. Like, I wish I had piles and piles of sterling because I'll do this all day. I order some more beakers. If you guys do have any sterling or silver or gold you want to sell, I do buy silver and gold.
You got more copper in your hand there. I see it in the camera. Stick the copper in the damn solution.
That's copper wire.
It looks like copper tube to me.
Right here?
Is it solid? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why.
okay. That's why.
That's what I'm. It's
Yeah,
holding that bar up.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's hard to tell scale when you're looking at a video camera.
Right.
Now, would that eat that whole bar? Like, if you come out tomorrow, that bar will just be like cease to exist.
It could
Yeah.
be gone. Yeah. Depending on how much silver is in solution, yes, the whole cup. That's the idea. You want to maximize the dissolution of copper.
I'm gonna need a bigger mason jar.
I think so.
Mhm.
Hey, I got one of those big, huge ones I can send you.
Yeah. Get yourself a 4-liter beaker.
Oh man, good time. Look, it's getting ready to shed again. It's got a big old blanket right here.
I see that. It just separated. It's just hanging there because there's a little bit of nitrogen bubbles in it from the nitrous.
You can see this part right
Second,
here.
let go.
Hey,
That's
Roadhog.
copper pipe leaned up against the glass.
Yeah.
Roofing
Second
problems are so fun.
The second you pull it away, it'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's because of the glass. You don't want to try the Kool-Aid? Oh, my knee. Sit down there so long. Oh.
It sucks as you get older, things just don't move as easily.
Yeah. It's getting bad.
So what's your plan to do with the rest of the cement silver now? You got that other beaker that's got a bunch of cement silver in it.
Yeah.
You rinse that out some more, or you got it rinsed out pretty good? You gonna just smelt it down, or what?
Yeah. Our dishes aren't here today, like I was hoping,
Oh yeah, okay.
because I broke the last one, and all my other ones are contaminated for other metals.
Gotcha.
I don't want to contaminate, So we're gonna have to do another video on that. But yeah, we're just hanging out, and tonight
Well, this one's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, we're gonna be back with Badger tonight, and we're gonna have a giveaway there.
Heck yeah.
Roadhog, glad you made it back. Hopefully, it ain't too bad.
Roofing problems are no fun. We just had to have our whole roof replaced.
Man,
Nope.
And you didn't call me.
My insurance covered it.
Yeah, you should have called me. I would have been there.
Well, if I would have knew you in December, you would have been on a plane. Adventure Badger's at 7 tonight, correct? Or is it 7:30, Nick?
Mountain time?
Yeah, Mountain Time is 7:30 or 7?
I think it's 7:30 my time, which would be 8:30 Mona's time.
Let me check. I'm sure he has this thing up. I'll just go to his page.
Yeah, just to make sure.
We're not giving false information. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, if you guys want to see some of my work, you can go over to Facebook. I still have a page over there called Landscaping and Household Solutions. Pops
So
and
it
I.
says 7:30 p.m. CST. So Central Standard?
Yeah.
That was last week. He doesn't have his new one up yet.
Man, that was heavy.
Thanks, Charlie.
Nice.
Right on, Charlie. Yeah, wow, man. Drying out. I'm going to have to wash this down real quick, the side. And then we're going to let this silver dry out. Clear the rest of the acid out of it. We got floaters.
Poke it down here.
Mm-hmm. It's just got some air pockets holding it up. Oh, yeah, just parking on the. How did I get that so bad on me?
I don't know, dude.
Holy goodness gracious.
I think it's 5:30 for Mountain Standard Time as well, right? Well, at least Arizona time. I don't know. Arizona's weird. They don't use daylight savings.
Oh, yeah. We're 2 hours later than him. He's in Wisconsin. Or we're an hour
Yeah.
later.
So I think it is 5:30 Arizona time. It might be 4:30 or because you're an hour later than us, right? Like it's 1:30 here right now.
Right. It is 2:30. 2:30 here.
Okay.
I wonder if it's because the sun's getting this too hot.
Oh, we got Charlie in the house.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Charlie! How you doing, brother? Hey.
that about explains it.
Ow.
So, Charlie, what time is it at your house right now?
It is 3:33 right now at my place.
Okay, so and that's the same as Badger, so it's just 2 hours then for us, right?
For you guys, yes, but for Pacific, it's 3.
Okay. I just need to know what time Josh needs to be live so I can be like, hey, you need to get on.
Yeah.
So 5:30 our time. Sounds good.
That breeze is chilly. Sun's coming out though, starting to clear up, but that cold breeze.
Mona said, Charlie.
Waiting to see Jericho. He's supposed to, or he already weigh out that gold.
I have no idea on that.
He's supposed to come over here, I think, and he's supposed to dry out, see how much gold he got. I don't know how I got all this acid on my hands. Or wait, look, it's on the paper towel. I grabbed that paper towel is what it was. Son of a gun.
Nick, you want to know what helps with that?
Oh, gloves.
Glove.
Yeah, I took them off because I put a dip in.
Yeah, silver nitrate stains, man. They won't come. That will not come out. I guarantee you for at least a week.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
wash it as much as you want. It's there, man.
Yeah.
Exfoliants are a thing.
I don't know how I got it so bad.
Because you got it on your skin.
Well,
That's how you got it so bad.
I don't know how I got
Don't get it on your skin.
I don't know how I got on my skin so bad.
Where latex gloves are a thing.
Yeah, like
Good job.
the first time he was messing around with this stuff and he was poking his fingers in there with the glass rod and stuff like that, I was like, gloves?
Now I'm just like, screw it. I got it all over my hands.
What could possibly go wrong?
Right.
Just don't rub your face because people might consider that as racist.
It could be like war paint. You could have these black lines, like.
They're there permanently for a couple months.
Yep.
They gave me the wrong war paint.
Story of my life.
Yeah, that green's really clearing up. It's like much more of an emerald green now than it was dark dark green earlier on. You see that?
Yeah, the sun
Yeah,
shines.
the exchange of silver for the copper. It's
No,
starting to become-
no. The green is I think is your platinum group elements. We'll give
No,
it the green.
Platinum would be orange. In
No,
solution.
platinum is orange in a Stannis test, young man. When it's in solution, it can be green. And it went from dark green to light green.
It's in. I have 8 catalytic converters right now with platinum, rhodium, and palladium, and it's orange.
Right?
Red.
Well, then, okay. You are a far greater geochemist than I am, Mr. Scars Prospecting.
No, it's.
I bow to your superior
platinum-
judgment on the refining of silver and what the colors of platinum group elements in solution will be.
Yeah, they are orange and red for platinum.
Okay, buddy.
I promise you.
Yellow.
Okay, buddy.
$100.
32 years. Your pick.
You guys make me laugh because I have no clue, like any of this, and so y'all are like going back and forth between it, and I'm like, you lost me. Like,
I'm
5
watching.
sentences.
I'm just watching the stuff build on the pipe over there.
Sorry, hey, Google
Google
Sorry.
says,
Google platinum in solution
Google says,
and see what it comes up. It'll be orange, red.
okay,
Mona said, "Smart
you
men are
spent
so
32
sexy."
years. You spent 32
There's no
years
smart
doing it
men
in a lab, Scars, and you tell me what it says.
I just do it in my front yard in my homemade lab, and it's
Precisely.
orange.
So don't give me that shit. Okay.
It-
I'm telling you what I'm looking
Don't-
at and what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you what's going on. All right. So you can have it your own way.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go yell at my kids to do some chores.
Copper turns green and turquoise in solution.
In what solution?
Yeah, I guess it does depend on what type of solution. Too.
Oh. In which solution?
And chemical solution.
Which chemicals?
What are you doing, Charlie?
I'm just,
Watching you guys argue.
Scars, you just keep digging yourself a deeper hole, buddy.
In
Charlie, we need some popcorn.
aqua in
Yeah.
aqua regina.
I'm just gonna shut up
Hey,
because
in aqua-
there's no
aqua-
point.
In aqua regina, it is orange.
Aqua Regina.
Aqua Regia.
Aqua regia. Aqua regia.
Yeah,
This is not Aqua
foreign
Regia.
languages.
This is not Aqua Regia. This is dilute nitric acid.
This is here, but nitric and say some hydrogen peroxide.
But there's no hydrogen peroxide here.
No. Yeah,
if
I
you
know.
put hydrogen peroxide in there, the color might change.
I'm
But
so
there's
waiting
no
for
hydrogen peroxide in
to
there.
tell me what that picture shows. Charlie's like, I'm stuck watching this.
I'm gonna shut up here.
No, don't shut up. You're
Yeah,
cute, man.
because you're obviously a whole hell of a lot better chemist than I am. I just thank Christ I told you to dilute that solution. You should say thank you, Rock Butcher, for
Hey.
saving me 30 ounces of fucking silver before I put that solution into a pile of iron and cemented copper out with my silver.
I wasn't gonna put iron in there first.
Yeah, actually,
No,
Guys,
whatever. I'm going to
That's my
filter
next-
this off and
that's
pour
my
it into a
next
bucket with
process.
iron to get my copper back. And I said,
Yes,
that's not
what
40
I
ounces
said.
of silver there, buddy. You should dilute that down and put more copper in. And here we are having
Charlie,
an hour-long episode
You got that picture?
watching 30 ounces of copper of silver come out. Yeah. Anyway,
Mona said, "Don't shut up, Jim." Charlie,
What?
do you have that picture?
What picture?
it's all for fun anyway.
I'm on my phone right now.
Oh man. Here.
Yeah, I don't know how to screen share and like change the layout on my phone. Do y'all know how to do that?
You got to go into the more settings, and then there should be like mine. It only shows comments and settings, but if you have the keys, then it has like post comment, layout, and all that other stuff in that more button.
Okay. There you go. I put it bigger so they could see it. You got a
Can you-
bigger screen to stare at.
You see that orange? That's platinum in Aqua Regia.
Aqua Regina.
Regina.
I'm gonna have to figure
Yeah.
that one out.
Aqua Regia.
It's
But
Aqua.
that's on YouTube.
Yeah, that video's on YouTube, but that's just when I Google it.
Mm.
When platinum's in solution, that's real diluted, but when it's real thick and concentrated, it's real orange to red in solution. And I made with just even muriatic acid and chlorine tablets. I've refined platinum with, and then I even use it with nitric. So I've done it in a few different processes.
Mona said, "Who's Regina?" Regina.
It's Regia. It's RE. There's no N in it. Regia. It's
Aqua
Regia.
Regia.
Yeah. It's an acid solution for refining precious metals.
Man, there's still so much silver in solution in that.
Yeah, it just keeps going. Because we diluted it so much, it's fluffing up a lot more, rather than this one where it's real thick salt dust. It didn't fluff up, and our copper bar just accumulated so much on there, it clogged it up, so it couldn't finish its process. And the copper pipe we did put in there, it devoured the whole 3 feet of it.
Dang.
So yeah, heck yeah, we would have weighed that out and been like, yeah, there's definitely a lot more silver in solution.
Yeah, good thing you diluted it down.
Yeah, we would have had some more clogging issues quick.
Just dip your finger.
Look how much is in there, Butcher. That thing's 3 inches on the side there. Almost maybe 3.5. It's gonna fill it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And dilution was the solution. Thank you, Rock Butcher.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mona, for saying
Yeah,
that.
what you might have to do is like strain that into a separate beaker and then repeat the process of trying to get the rest of that silver out.
You just
Otherwise,
all
you're
you
gonna
got
run
to do
out
is
of
leave
steam.
the silver in until the reaction stops, and then decant the solution off. Because once the reaction stops on the copper, and you can see it with your eyes, the reaction stops, then there's no more silver in solution. And
Yes.
all you got to do is pour off, let it settle.
It's not going fast anymore.
Yeah, let it settle. It's going to take a couple hours. Trust me. There's still a lot more solution, a lot more silver in solution there.
Yeah, but it slowed down.
Yeah, but and then decant the solution. The solution is barren, and then just wash up the silver, and with dilute or with distilled water. Get the pour the solution.
Get the rest of the acid and everything
garbage.
off of it. Yeah.
And then you can melt your silver down. But basically, if you could stick a piece of copper into the solution and pull it out and no silver has appeared on that copper, the reaction is finished.
And I could put this filter paper, dip it in the solution, and I could put this silver acid tester on the solution. And if it turns red, and then I still have
What's your silver acid tester?
silver. It's nitric and muriatic.
Aqua Regia.
Yeah, and if it the
Why
silver,
don't you just wait until the silver stops crystallizing on the copper?
if it's just copper on that filter, it'll turn green. If
Dude,
there's
you're
still
wasting your
copper,
time. Okay, whatever. Do it your own way.
no, I'm saying on the acid test.
I'm saying, why do an acid test? Just
Well,
dip a piece of copper in, and if it gets silver on it, there's still silver in solution.
Yeah, once the copper stops eating away, there's no more to be had.
What's the percentage of on your copper test acid solution? What's the percentage of hydrochloric to nitric?
I don't know. These are just the bottles I order. And I got just a gold kit tester and platinum and silver.
Okay.
Yeah, and
The
it's
easiest
just
way, rather than spending money on that in the future, is just when you make a solution like this, stick a piece of copper in it, and then pull it out, and if you see silver forming on it, there's still silver in solution, and it costs you nothing.
That's also for like testing.
yeah. This you gotta test jewelry, and I'm always buying jewelry.
Okay,
and silverware and
gotcha.
always and jewelry, gold
Okay, well,
jewelry.
that'd be good for that for sure.
So I'm always testing it.
In this case, you don't have to worry about this, and I guarantee you that this process that we're looking at right now is going to take at least 4 or 5 more hours.
Yeah.
So I would just get as much copper in there as you can, and the more copper you get in there, the faster it'll go. Same as when you're dissolving your silver in nitric. It's like just bombard the nitric with silver, and the reaction happens faster.
Yeah, sometimes too violent. You gotta.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. But this is not a violent reaction. This is simple ionic exchange.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this one.
Guys, I'll be right back.
All right, Casey. We're gonna probably split out of here and return back over there with Badger Explorations tonight.
there's got to be a solid 15 ounces of silver in the bottom of that right now. Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Bless you, sir. Yeah, and once this other bit gets dried off here, I'll be able to tell.
It'll go more. There's lots more left, because I think you only got. I'd be surprised if you got 10 ounces in that first one.
Oh, it feels heavier than that.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to tell from the camera.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
way hard to tell.
It's way thick,
Yeah.
and it's pretty heavy in there. Can you see
Right
that?
on. Oh yeah. Okay.
See, what I would almost do with that there, Scars, is you got your hot plate out there, right?
Just,
I can go
sit
grab
it on a hot plate.
that.
Just
It'll dry it
Pyrex.
out a lot quicker so you can actually get to doing some pouring, you know?
That's Pyrex. Those those beakers will put up with being put on a hot plate.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, typically like what Scars or any other person that I see that does it, they usually put like a Pyrex like dish on top of the hot plate and then put that on the hot plate.
Yeah. Yeah, containment dish for sure.
Yeah.
But that one there that you got going on, I mean, that's ASMR for life. But I think that'll carry on all night long until the copper's gone. Or until all the silver comes out, for sure. That's wicked.
Yeah, it's cool looking. It's mesmerizing.
Yeah. Hi, silver or gold. Look at that.
There's just so much in there.
It's like mush. Yeah. 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 It's like marshmallows. You could see the stratification in the bottom of the bin, the bottom of the beaker from where he stirred it last time, and it all got real fine grained, and then everything above it is coarse grained. Yeah, exactly. Like there's a line of fine grained stuff, almost horizontal line. That's wicked. That's really neat. Yeah, Scars, it depends on the acids that you're using and the mix of the acids that you're using. The colors of different metals will be different. So I don't disagree with you that, yeah, platinum group elements, like for example, on a scanning test, are going to come out yellow to orange to sometimes green. In some different mixtures, they're going to come out yellow and green. But when you're dealing with pure dilute nitric, it can often be green is one of the colors that it'll come out with. And it all depends on the chemistry of the acid and the mixture that you're using is what makes the different color. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, get the hot plate.
And there goes a big chunk floating up, and then it drops down. It's so cool to watch.
Yeah. And then when you finally get it dumped out and dried out, it just looks like a bunch of dull
Done.
gray powder. It's like really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you melt it and you pour it, and it's a beautiful silver bar.
So we'll get that going. Heat up real quick. It's still just, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That reaction is still proceeding, I would say, vigorously. And so you just got to leave her and let her go.
Oh.
Put some more copper in it if you can.
Yeah, I'll go clean some more.
I wouldn't worry about, well, that's the piece that was in there before. Yeah, throw it in there. What the hell?
No, I just pulled it out real quick and
Oh, yeah.
showed me how much is left of
Looking
it.
pretty ugly.
Yeah, and that was a bar like that thick when you started.
Yeah. Oh, you should have seen the beginning, Charlie. The crystals, the silver crystals that were on it.
The crystals that were on it were brilliant. They were beautiful.
Yeah, they're sitting in the bottom of this
Yeah.
right now. Sure that all the copper is eating off the bottom of it. And then I'm going to keep it. And
Yeah, you can see it like that one piece that he just put in there. You can see that it like just swells up around the copper and then it drops off.
Oh, there goes a chunk floating up from the NO2.
I
A
just
little bit of
pushed-
gas, and then when it gets up to surface, it'll fart itself. Oh, here goes more, and then it'll all fall back down. It's amazing how that happens. How the the copper just completely dissolves.
Just like how gold floats too. It's kind of cool. Awesome float. We're getting full. A lot of that'll start evaporating out. Silver gold, how's it going? Yeah, we're gonna do that as soon as we get all the silver out of here. There's still a lot left. We're gonna get this other bit dried out. See how much we're waiting on here.
I see Rohan has gloves on.
Yeah, we're using gloves. Bro, we were using gloves, but I think I was over here and I touched that paper towel
Could be.
and
That'll do it.
clean up a mess.
Yeah.
Like
all
a
you, need
suicide.
all you need is a dab of moisture on you, and you get the stain.
Just in case, brother.
Look at that. A lot more in there than there is in the first one.
Yeah.
Did you ever do a test on that other solution that you strained out to make sure that all the silver was out of it?
That's this right
Yeah,
here.
it's the same. This is the same solution.
Oh, it's the same solution? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we tested it. It was still full of silver.
He put more. I suggested he put more water in there because it was the fact that the plate that he had, the bar of copper, had crystals growing on it, means to me that the nitric acid concentration was too great. It was too much. He had to dilute it more. And if the nitric acid concentration is too great, what happens is it completely plates the copper, which stops the reaction from happening. Like, you want the copper to go into solution, but if you seal it tight with silver, it stops. It's like you're silver plating the copper.
That's why we had that copper bar left.
And so they went and they got more distilled
water.
Distilled water?
Distilled water, and put it in, and then put this in, and this is the magic we have now.
Heck yeah.
And he needs to get a bigger beaker. So here's for all you people out there in chat. If anybody has a 4-liter beaker, we should think about parceling it up and sending it off to Scars Prospecting. Because these 2-liter beakers simply aren't, cutting the stuff. Oh, that's a 5-liter beaker. Okay, let's get a 10-liter beaker for him. Okay, we need a 10-liter beaker, folks.
Camera is deceiving.
Yep.
That's just too funny. Safety meeting.
Goodbye. Good idea. 9 awesome people in chat. How you guys doing today? I see Dan smoking treasures at work. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. Good times.
You go find more copper yet, Nick?
Yeah, it's sitting in the back of my truck. I just got to burn it off. But I'm scared I'm going to contaminate it with garbage that's on the inside of the pipe.
Hmm.
Because if there's iron buildup, you know what I mean, then we could get some contamination, and it could spit some copper back in.
The iron would pull the copper.
Right, it would spit some copper back in.
And it would pull the iron would pull the copper and the silver. So that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, the only clean copper I have are those poured bars I have. I could throw another one of them bad boys in there.
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
It'll just speed up the process. That's all it'll
surface
do.
area, right?
You're gonna need more wire.
Like I said, I just wouldn't put wire in there because I had bad experience with wire. You get little, eighth of an inch length of pieces of wire that for whatever reason don't go, and when you filter it, if you filter it, like I seldom filter it, how do you pick that eighth of an inch piece of wire out of there, and it ends up being at the refinery, it ends up being a
Copper contaminant.
And they take it away from you in money, and they usually hit you hard for contaminants, much more than that eighth of an inch wire is worth. I'll be back in a sec.
Silver gold, that was Joe from Gold Eagle.
Poor Rohan put his gloves on. I just burnt it. It's a little wet. But here's a little over a 9-ounce bar.
All the copper stains coming on your fingers.
Oh, yeah. So I'll throw that in there. Oh, it's just dirt, or it's coming off. No?
No, it's just your fingers are wet.
Now, let me see here. I'm going to do this so it goes in nice and easy. Oh, I dropped it. Did you hear that thump?
Yeah.
I tried to squeeze it up against the side of the beaker and drop it, and I got about halfway there and it went thump.
Yeah, but now you got to figure out a way to get in there and pick it up to knock all the stuff that builds up on it off.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to do like you did with the other one.
Drill a hole in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be all right down there. They'll just keep growing up around it.
Use the pipe to stir it.
Because Rock Butcher had us dilute it some. That we put about a half gallon in there. The silver fluffs up more. And the ions in there are much smaller. So it won't build up as thick. That's why it puffs up. So hopefully it won't form on that in the bottom. We'll be okay.
Now, you'll be okay in the bottom. It's full of liquid. Just imagine it's like you're in a super crowded room, and all the people with red hats on them want to go to one wall, and there's a whole bunch of people with other hats on them that don't care where they stand. And by diluting it, what you're doing is you're increasing the size of the room without increasing the number of people that are in it. And you're making it easier for the people with red hats to walk through the crowd of other people to get to that one wall. And that's exactly what you're doing in this chemistry.
Heck, yeah.
I like that simplification of the process right there.
That's what it is. And by red hats, I'm not necessarily talking about those MAGA hats that, you know, I just picked a color out of my ass. I'm Canadian.
It's getting chilly with that breeze, man. The sun feels great, but when you get in that shade, it's chilly.
Look at the color change. Now it's even lighter green. See that?
Right.
Less silver in solution.
You're getting the copper green. There's less something else in the solution too. It's not just silver.
It'd be dirty, the dirty pipe.
Because you get pure copper in nitric, it should be blue.
Yeah.
And that's not blue. So you still got platinum group elements in solution there. They'll come out. It'll just make your silver that much more valuable.
Oh yeah, she's slowing down, but she's still going.
Oh yeah. It'll go for a few more hours for sure. If you want to get every last drop of it out, which you wanted to do with your filter.
Oh yeah, we're doing it. We're dropping that every penny. Squeeze those pennies out of that solution, baby. Yeah, cold.
That's funny. I tell guys I pinch my budget so tight on my exploration mining projects. I tell them that the beaver squeaks because the Canadian 5-cent coin's got a beaver on it. I tell them I pinch the budget so tight the beaver squeaks. And
The spider's all coated in silver.
We have a silver plated spider.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. That spider ended up getting plated in silver in the filter.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah. I was like, how the heck does a spider it must have been one of those tree spiders blown in the wind.
Yeah. And he let it in there and he says, damn it.
Yeah, I'm screwed. That acid got me. Now he's plated.
You have died.
Too bad.
Look at that buildup on that piece of pipe right there.
Yeah, it's amazing, eh?
Looks like it's got warts.
Yeah.
It's silver warts.
Silver warts.
Right there.
And I mean, look at all the microparticles in that solution that's like settling to the bottom as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's chemistry, guys. Man, that's amazing.
I know, it's so awesome. That's why I do this, because it's just so fascinating.
It's like watching snowfall with no wind.
Snowfall in the summer.
It is what, but it's spelled Nasa. And his wife said, not again. I don't get the joke. I use masa to make my
That's
my
right.
tortillas.
Set me up,
Yeah, look at that. Silver rain.
Oh, she's full.
How's that stuff on the hot plate looking?
It's starting to crack.
Right on. Be interested to see, get a weight on that, and then a weight on this stuff, but you're not going to get a weight on that stuff till tomorrow sometime. I would
Yeah.
let that go. I guarantee you that's going to go for the next 5 hours at least.
Oh, now it's dirty all of a sudden because it's
Yeah.
Well,
No,
it just
leave it
that-
in there.
so clean. It's just shiny.
That's
but-
it, because it's not plating, it's cementing.
Yeah.
You're getting the ionic exchange happening. And
He
that's what
lifted
you want.
up, and the silver fell off, and it was just a shiny piece of copper, and then he dipped it again, and it got dirty.
Yep. That's perfect. That's
But-
exactly what you want.
I was trying to show how clean that copper looked, and then we came back up on the second dip. It just wasn't the same.
Look at
Oh
that
no,
scrape
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
I mean, I've taken like pristine. We usually use plates of copper because copper sheet's cheap to get, and you just take it, you bend it a couple of times to make it easier to put in and out and grab, and you take it. It's beautiful, pristine salmon pink color, and you stick it in for a split second. You pull it out, and it's like
Carefully.
that brownish gray color.
Did I?
No,
Yeah, right away. It's amazing how fast the chemistry happens. Look at that. Give it a good stir there and settle it all down. And we can watch. It's like a snow globe, like Mona.
Or
Mona
two.
wants snow globes.
There's a big old bar down there.
Yeah, it's good. It's working. There's lots of permeability between all them grains of silver, and that copper will still be exchanging all them ions. Yeah.
This is starting to smoke.
Drying out good.
This at really cold temperatures, what you're seeing here, like at room temperature, is not dissimilar to how gold comes out in quartz veins when you're talking about emplacement of quartz veins. And it gets into a situation where the chemistry of the host rock, where instead of the copper pipe that you got in there, the chemistry of the host rock, that it's this gold bearing solution is punching through, it starts to dissolve some of that rock as it's moving, the veins moving through it, and that makes the gold fall out. And that's it's exactly the same kind of concept, except that anywhere from 1,000 to about 400 degrees Celsius, 1,200 to 400 degrees Celsius.
Man, that's just cool looking.
Gorgeous. It's my new snow globe invention.
That's it. That's wicked, man. That's a pile of silver you got there now. Holy shit. Look at that.
I can't get. Oh.
Good thing you put a little bit of dilute water in there. You diluted it down. Jesus Christ. As soon as I saw that friggin'
It's
piece of copper with all those crystals on it, I said,
Yeah.
dude, you're missing some silver. Wow.
Yeah, because I kept joking with him when he first set this all up with how much he had put into solution and stuff like that. He was going to go outside and the silver dust was going to be pouring over the top of the beaker.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this one's full. This beaker's full.
Yeah.
And wow.
A lot
You
of
might
flow.
end up having to decant some of that.
I hope Colorado, we're pretty dry. Give it another hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it another hour. It will evaporate out of there.
It'll evaporate out. You might have to add some more distilled water to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
There goes a big chunk floating up.
Off on a word hunt. See y'all later. Okay, Silvador Gold. What word are you hunting for before you go?
Our special giveaway words.
Oh, okay.
I do believe so. First clue for this. Yeah, there's only like 5 people that got last week's phrase right out of everyone. So there's still 5 spots open.
Yep.
Mona got on there. She was, I think, 5th person.
Are you talking about the one that Jericho and those guys were running?
Yeah. We're all running that. Oh, yeah. Hey, look. Now that copper bar.
There you go. Now it looks pretty clean.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then he dips it in for a second and pulls it out. And look.
Yeah, there you go. Your reaction's still going, man. So leave it in.
Hey, there's still silver in there.
Just leave it in.
That's what she said. And it's smoking over here. You see that? Can you see the smoke coming off the steam?
Yeah. Don't breathe that in.
Oh no.
Yeah, there'd be various oxides of nitrogen in that would probably scar you.
Yeah. We're up, Wayne.
News break.
Today. Cooking off all that. Nitric. That too. Oh man, yeah, that thing's just full, and it's just filling up. Yeah, piled up over there. Who the heck?
Okay, sorry about that. That song you heard is the Hockey Night in Canada song, which is my ringtone on my phone.
That thing is full.
And it was my daughter calling me. The cool thing about having the Hockey Night, every Canadian knows the Hockey Night in Canada song. And I've worked all over the world. And I've been in bars and restaurants in Asia, Central Asia, Europe, Turkey, you name it. Turkey's Central Asia to everything, Africa. And when I always use the same ringtone. And when that ringtone plays, when somebody calls me, if I see somebody else look at me, I know there's another Canadian in the joke because only Canadians know that song. But it's been the same song for like 50 years on the CBC.
It said I had 10%, like it wasn't charging.
But I still think it's cool that you can see all those nodules form.
Yeah.
That piece right there.
Yeah, those are those are the little atom forms, and then there's another atom next to it that says, "Oh, let's be brothers," and then there's another atom next to it that says, "Let's be brothers," and then they get big enough that you can actually see them with your eyeball, and they're falling out of space, collecting other little brothers and sisters, I suppose. You have to be inclusive as they fall out of solution.
Went straight into that.
Yeah, I noticed that like when he had it over by the piece of copper, like after they had stirred it and the pieces were floating around in there, you can see as it got by the piece of copper, they were changing direction and moving along the edge of the copper, and that's from that ion exchange.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just about
Electrochemistry rocks. Look at that. Look at the real fine. Now that he hasn't disturbed it, you're getting a real fine layer building up on top of the real fluffy stuff, which tells me that we're getting to a part of the reaction where the bulk of the stuff has come out. And now he's getting into the stage where
Slowing down.
it's slowing down, but the reaction is still progressing.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, because you could still tell by that large piece of copper pipe that he's got in there by the growth of the nodules on there yet too. You can see that there's still a massive exchange of silver going on through the nitrate.
Yeah. That's cool as hell.
I'm loving it. Pretty sweet.
It's going that way.
Thank you, bro.
You're the one who stood up right next to me. I was like, oh shit. Oh, here. We get around here. Your wind's blowing right at you. All my cigarette smoke.
Pretty cool stuff.
But also looking at the different layers of the silver, it also gives you an idea of like sedimentary layers and how stuff builds up.
Yeah, well, that bottom layer that looks really, really dense, that was the one right at the beginning where he kind of stirred everything up and it settled down tight, you know?
Yeah.
And then that whole middle layer, some of it looks pretty tight, but that's just, it's sort of sedimented and fell on its own, I guess, through gravity. And then, but that top layer is, yeah, it's just the fine stuff that's coming out now. That's super cool. That's ionic chemistry in action, guys. Right there. Atomic electricity.
T-Rep, what's up, brother?
T-Rep's here. Shh.
Yeah.
Man, you missed it all. I won't bother explaining the chemical reaction that's happening here. Scars can do it if he wants.
Precipitating some silver out of solution. Known as cementing.
Silent mode.
Yeah, it's about done. It's probably a couple hours left in there just to let it.
I think so, for sure. To get the rest of it. There'll be a couple ounces, definitely. You get over the next couple of hours.
Heck yeah. Yeah, there's nothing like it. And then if you do put it in a silver cell, which I'm going to do some of it with, and grow crystals, big old crystalline silver crystals, and that's even amazing to watch.
And you get 5 9s fine.
Yep. Hey, Matt, what are you doing? Come here. Little butthead.
Sounds like a dog got loose.
Yeah, we got him. He came running over here. He's like, "What are you guys doing? Why you been outside all day? Why can't I hang out?"
Yeah, just like Nugget gets upset, like the neighbor kids come by to walk the dogs and stuff, and Nugget hasn't been able to go for a walk the last couple of weeks with them because he had ripped his paw open outside.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Remember hearing about that.
And like the kids will come pick Moose up and take him for a walk, and Nugget will stand there at the door and look at me like, what's going on here? Why can't I go? And it's like, because your foot, bud. And then he'll lay down and pout and look at you like, man.
Never. He can't get over here. I'm sorry, Bubba. Oh yeah.
All right, it's okay.
This stuff is getting
Pretty
dry.
chilly.
I know. It is a little chilly.
It's not chili if you add noodles.
Then it's
Then it's goulash.
But it's not chili if you had beans.
Then it's Texas chili, right?
That's what Texans say anyway.
Yeah, Texas chili.
You gotta drink this still.
I like beans in my chili. I like chili. I don't give a damn if there's beans in it or not.
Look at that big string that just dropped off there.
I like every type of chili out there. Green chili, red chili.
If somebody else cooks it for me, I'm happy with it.
I love
felt
cooking.
that one.
I was trying to look at that.
Don't touch this.
My hands are already dirty.
No, this is acid.
What, does it hurt?
Should have kept my gloves on.
Yeah, it's hard.
Now grow hands look just like scars, dark and few spots.
I tried a tiny little spot here and there. Not a whole lot. I've had gloves on for most of it.
It might have been when I was cleaning that bar off. Oh, had to come from that paper towel. Yeah, this stuff drying like crystal.
How's that look now?
Silver crystals with gray silver. Can you see that shining?
Yeah.
Getting there, almost done. I gotta figure out a way to. It's still falling off. I gotta figure out a way to how I'm gonna weigh it. Maybe on a piece of paper.
It's like you got a postage scale, right?
Yeah, you'll definitely
Use that. Use that and then dump it into like another Pyrex dish or something like that. That way you can dump it back into something to pour it. That way it's not sticking to paper or anything, you know? That'll work.
Tear that.
Yeah, once it's dry, it should glass jar will be fine.
Yeah, here comes the breezes too. This is how it was. There's a nice little breeze, and all of a sudden, woof, out of nowhere, and blew half of our gold across the yard. I was like, heck no. pretty calm though. I think we'll be all right.
Mona says, "Did those brakes get fixed, Nick?"
Yeah. Yeah, he got it. What's going on?
Just
Dilly
watching
to
it over.
Still watching it grow.
Yep.
It's growing. Those pipes are getting thin.
Yeah. Shake it off. Let's see how thick them pipes are. You may want to put something else in there instead.
Oh yeah, it's definitely taking
Still got a bit.
into that pipe off there. Definitely chewing that away.
Yeah. That's good.
Still all right.
You help me now?
How's your drying stuff going? Is it dried out yet, or?
It's gonna probably take about. There's a lot of precipitation on the side there.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
It'll probably take about half hour, 45 minutes.
Humidity.
So I'll probably let this stuff go, and then come back while we're over there on Badgers tonight.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd leave that for at least 5-6 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that all night.
Because it's gonna slow down, but I guarantee you're gonna get another ounce or two out of that over the course of the night.
Yeah, heck yeah. Maybe filter it off one more time.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. No, I would just make sure you got enough copper in there and let her rip. And then decant. Because by tomorrow, shake off your copper, and then by tomorrow, by the time it's had a chance to settle, give it a couple hours to settle, and then just decant the solution and fuck it. For 25 cents, who cares?
Guys, if I'm hanging out with you, we're gonna split, and we'll be back later. Jim, thanks for hanging out with us.
Right on, man.
Charlie, thank you, brother. We'll see you guys later.
You got it. Take it easy.
Later,
We'll see
you too.
Don't forget to come by tonight and check us out at Badger Exploration. We'll see you then.
See you there. Cheers, all. Thumbs
Cheers.
up. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on your way out.
Just dripping off this bar like pure blue. Look at that.
Yeah,
Why is it?
it's
from
blue. He's an idiot.
And we're back.
Hey, just me and you?
You still need to end it.
Oh, we'll see you guys later.